visual management. Okay, now if that's a little bit confusing right now, don't worry. I'll explain that terminology later. Okay, this is Sensei Craig coming to you from the Samurai Virtual Dojo. Welcome, and let's have a great training session. Feet together. Seiza. Shomani. Right. Mokso. Yame. Good. Sensei ni. Right. Os. Excellent. Backs up straight. Left leg forward. Fantastic. Check out. Don't forget to have your water nearby, guys. Now, for today's session, there's no real training equipment that you're going to need. All right, we'll start with a little bit of sort of bouncy warming up today. So, starting in a sort of, I guess, a relaxed haikodachi here. No need to have too much core connection or anything like that. We're going to move this foot first, drop into shikodachi, and we're going to move our other foot this way, and then drop back down to shikodachi and come the other way. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the way. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just a little flex of the legs, nothing too serious at this stage. You start bending them, getting the blood pumping. Make sure you're breathing nice and consistently. Don't hold your breath. And don't breathe on every movement either. That's not ideal. Okay, now we're going to add a nice light punching movement or punching like action. So just with the leg that's moving, I just want you to make a nice light action across like so. Don't punch and turn to the side. Remember, we're just warming up. So a little bit of sharpness, this sort of thing is good. So 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the way. Ich, ni, san, yon, go, rock, nana, hach, kyu, ju, 10 more. Ich, ni, san, yon, go, rock, nana, hach, kyu, ya. Good, and shake out. Excellent. Got the legs moving a bit now, so let's just anchor the metatarsal or metatarsals of your foot, or you could say the ball of your foot to the ground, and just move, rotate your ankle a little. Remember, your joints are really important in your training. They're usually the place where people get injured when they're not warm. Okay, good. Other foot, other ankle. So again, anchor the metatarsal, the ball of the foot down, and then just get a little bit of movement in that lower part of the body. Alright. You might feel or hear a couple of little pops or cracking type sounds. As long as that doesn't hurt, that's usually just some pockets of air sort of popping, with what we call synovial fluid. Okay, we won't get into that too much this morning. Alright, give that a shake. On to the next exercise. So, do something a little bit more cardio now. So we'll continue this action, but now we're going to get a kick. Alright, so core strength and balance, really important here. And look, I might slow it down just a little bit. Alright, so we'll move this leg first, so it's down and then... Now, kick Kingeri or Maigeri, up to you. Remember, if you're still struggling a little bit with these kicks, to check out the video that we posted I think it was a couple of weeks ago on these techniques. So moving this leg ready, and up, itch. Now land in that shikodachi, come up with the other leg, knee. Itch, knee. Don't fall, I want you to stay with my count. Itch, knee, core strength. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, don't fall this way. Hold, down, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Itch, knee. Two more. Itch. Yeah. And shake out. Alright, good. Coming up the body now. Let's just get a bit of movement of the pelvis. So circle it, make big actions. One way, then the other. Good, backwards. So get a posterior tilt, and now an anterior tilt. Go back this way. Good. All right. And while you're there, just let your hands come down, feet apart. That's it. Touch the floor. If you can touch your toes, that's great. Move your feet in. See if you can still touch the floor. If not, just hold here. Don't bend your legs. All right. Feet in. If you can't touch the floor, can't touch your toes, it's okay. All right, but if you can, just come down. All right, in a little bit more. Again, this is as far as you can get, that's okay. Don't bend your legs. All right, finally, toes together. And like I said, this is as far as you can go, that's fine. If you can touch your toes, that's great. If you can reach behind and grab and pull yourself down, that's fantastic. Remember, flexibility, really important part of your being a fighter. Good. Slowly up and shake out. Excellent. Grab yourself some water. I'll see you back here in 10-15 seconds. Go. Alright guys, hope you're back. Just take a seat for a moment. I'm going to ramble for about a minute or two, just about escalation. So, with our technique, as I've mentioned before, we break it up for novices, so it's easier to learn. In the training world, we call that chunking and sequencing. So we take a skill and we break it into chunks, manageable chunks. And we teach a chunk at a time, and then we add, put the chunks one after the other. And that's what when I talk to you about development or progression of skill management, it's about putting these chunks together. So, for example, with the Little Samurais, we started just by stepping into Zen Kutsudachi, no hands, just like so, slowly. Then we practiced stepping in and winding up and blocking, all separate, chunk, chunk, chunk. Then we added 2 of the chunks, and I told them that was a real challenge, because for them it is. So what we then worked on was stepping in and winding up the hand at the same time. Now, common errors that occur when beginners or novices do that is they concentrate more on the arm, and the stance doesn't work properly, and things like that. And that's why a combination of skills or skills management is something that has to be managed carefully and properly in your progression. So I'm going to do a little bit of that today, because being a little bit older, I think that's something that we need to do. We're going to use the same exercise as well, stepping into Zen Kutsudachi and using a basic uke movement, so get on uke. Alright, let's get started. So now that you understand the concept, come to yoi. Alright, so we're going to go into blocking straight away, no legs only. So I shall start with this leg here, and you can mirror mirror me, I don't mind which leg that you do, as long as your core is strong. So we're going to step in with that leg. Good, that's chunk one, or piece one. That'll be itch, then knee, wind up. Just big obvious movements for now, and a strong block. So, good, excellent. Now for those of you more advanced out there, I know this is a little novice for you, but it doesn't hurt to practice your basics. And we won't be on this step for long. Okay, so from here we now come back to yoi, and we step in with the other leg. Itch, knee, sun, and yoi. Alright, so this is the novice exercise. How can you make this a little bit more advanced? Well, simple. Step in, itch. Now, advanced practitioners shouldn't be winding up like this. You should be doing a more subtle wind up. Here. Ready? Knee, sun. Good. And yoi. Remember, even in a basic exercise, you can find ways to improve your karate at any level. Itch. So for novices, knee, big wind up to the shoulder, sun, and a big action. Yoi. Other leg, itch. Intermediate students, more subtle. Knee, sun. Good. And yoi. Itch, knee, sun. And yoi. Itch. Strong stance. Knee, sun. Yoi. We'll just do that 2 more times. Itch, knee, sun. And yoi. Itch, knee, yeah. Good. And yoi. Alright, excellent. So stage 1. Now, no matter what level you are at, you can try the escalation now. So, white belts and red belts, I'd suggest to you that you still need to do more practice of that than what we are about to do. But I want you to try this next exercise as well. For those of you of yellow, orange, and even green belt, this is where, what we're about to do now, this is where you need to be working in kata, in kumite, especially your formal kumite, and combinations and things like that. You need to actually be winding up your block or your movement, okay, as you step. That way it's ready to go when you get there. Alright, so let's have a look at that. So, as I step, I'll step with this leg. As I step, the wind up occurs. So I don't separate it anymore. We're now escalating, we're now putting these 2 chunks together. So we have to manage these 2 skills. So, tighten your core. Don't over tighten it, just tuck. Yoi! Here we go with this leg in this hand. Give it a try. Itch! And you go. That's good. Now the block is the second count. Knee. Good. And yoi. Let's try the other side of the body. Ready? Itch. Knee. And yoi. Itch. Knee. Yoi. Itch. Knee. And yoi. I love this sort of training. Very simple, very basic, but very important. I'm a 5th dan. I've been training for 36 years, and I can feel my basics benefiting as a result of this. Okay, here we go. It's knee, sun. 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 Last one. It's sun. Good. And shake out. If you're tightening your core, if you're blocking sharp, I'm not going to suggest that by the end of the set you're going to be, oh, what a workout. But it's cold in the dojo this morning. I've got a bit of a sweat on, and I'm feeling good. So remember, karate training training is good for you. It's good for your fitness, but only if you do it properly. Okay, if I'm stepping in going, there's really no benefit. I mean, you might as well just sit down and watch the television, really. Don't do that though. Alright. Is there escalation past what we just practiced? Of course there is. Ideally, by the time you get to black belt or as a new black belt, you want your technique to actually arrive when your foot does. However, that requires the management of multiple skill sets. And as much as I would love to work on that with you at this time, I need you to stay on these stages for now. But what we're talking about is eventually, as the foot moves, the hand winds, and then the block is, or the punch is there as the foot arrives. But that's something we work on, you know, with brown belts and black belts. And don't become impatient. You will get there one day and you'll be working on that too. All right. Let's try it with cat stance. Let's do some cat stance without hands first, because it is a more challenging stance. So stepping in, I'm going to step into this leg, just into a nice cat stance. Relax your hands, ready? Itch. Just drop down, get the weight down. Settle, petal, and back. Now the other leg. Knee. Good, and down. Good. I might turn this way. Make sure, remember, we don't want to see this. We don't want, you know, this. So when we step down, yes, the bum goes back over the foot, but not into an anterior pelvic tilt. Keep it fairly tucked in. I mean, we like big butts, we cannot lie, but we don't like them like this. We like them tucked and over the foot. Okay, here we go. What was I doing? It's and your it's like knee and your it's and your knee and your it's and your just one more knee down and your shake out. All right, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to, well, I guess for the novices, kind of teach you this knife hand block, this shuto uke here. More advanced students, certainly you've done it before. We are going to chunk it, break it up. So we're going to step into cat stance first, then we're going to practice the wind, then we're going to practice the uke or deflective action. Okay, let's do that now. All right, so from this position here, hands in the ready position, I'm going to step this leg, cat stance. So follow along. Yips. All right, now using the front hand, which for me is my left, I want you to wind up a knife hand action. So knee, wind up this way. Good. Now the block, some, is a shuto uke. So it comes down like so, thumb this way. And then, like all deflective blocks, like all deflections, or deflective actions, or what we call parries, with all parrying actions we flick at the end to get that deflective quality. Good. I don't want you to focus more on the block than the stance, but hey, for some of you, this is a new skill. All right, legs burning a little now, so let's get back to hakudachi. All right, let's do the other leg. So, legs only. Yips. Make sure your stance is strong. Knee, wind up this right, what's my right hand, this front hand, and sun, block. Stay in a strong cat stance. Remember, we're skills one at a time. And hakudachi. Ready? It's knee, sun. Good. Enjoy. I know we've got a couple of viewers out there who are a little bit more advanced, and I'm talking junior brown belt level. Okay, so people like Chloe, I know you're out there. Maybe Josh and Jack. That sounds like an episode of Play School, doesn't it? I see Josh out there, and Jack, and Chloe. Okay. Open wide, come inside. It's the virtual dojo. Okay, Okay, so for you guys, think of this in context of your competitive kata. So what you should be working on is the precision and sharpness of your movements. Here we go. We'll do a couple more. Ich, ni, san. And yoi, last one. Ich, ni, san. And yoi. Alright, so skill combination or skill management now. We'll put this movement together with this one. So let's have a look how that works. So we step in and wind up. That would be ich and knee. Yoi. Now the other side. Ich, knee, and yoi. All right, novices. This set is for you. Ready? Exactly. Ready? Ich, knee. Just focus on the block. Yoi. Still for novices. Ich, knee. Sorry, that was a little separate, but that's okay. And yoi. All right. Now, intermediates, more advanced. Focus here. Watch or follow along, but watch the difference here. Ich. See how my hips are square? Knee. Did you see that? That's what I want you doing. Yoi. Again for intermediates, more advanced. Ich. Hips are square. Knee. Hips turn. Yoi. Okay, so novices, you're just working on the movements. Don't worry too much about your hips, just keep your pelvic floor tucked. Intermediate advanced, let's see, closed hips on the wind, sharp movement back on the block. Here we go. Hips, knee, yoi. Now, make sure, especially those of you using your hips, back foot is at 45 degrees or your hips will turn too much. Hips, knee, yoi, ich, knee, silly me, ich, knee, and yoi, ich, knee, and yoi, ich, strong ki now, yeah, and yoi. I'd recommend doing probably about 1,000 of those. All right, for you more intermediate and advanced students as well, remember, when you step in, your hips are square, block, wind up here. When you block and turn, make sure you're connected. If you're not connected, what's going to happen is movement of the foot and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, make sure you're connected. All right, so that's our little bit of escalation work. We're going to look at that. A couple of comments the other night after the junior or during the junior live stream were some of you would like to see more kata, and I can certainly appreciate that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you that progression, not so much in a kata, but in a kata training exercise, in a shizuki. And then the great thing is you can take that concept and apply it to a kata like pina nidan. Or if you're a bit more advanced, you can take a more advanced or difficult degree of difficulty pina. Alright, so I'll show you what I mean. So let's take shizuki yon, just because it is probably the most simplistic technically of the 5 shizuki. And in terms of pure chunking and sequencing, we would turn, then wind, then block. And in fact, I filmed a video a little while ago, which I've almost finished editing, and I'm going to put on our YouTube channel, on the channel, just going through step-by-step shizuki on for white belts. But you'll notice when I release that video, I perform it absolutely chunked and sequenced. So I move my foot, I look separately, I turn here, I wind up, and then I block. Everything's separate, but think about what we just practiced, this escalation. Alright, so what we really want to be doing now, in our kata, and we'll use a kata training exercise, is we'll look, and as we move our foot, we'll get that wind up. Then we turn and block, yeah, and punch. Okay, now I'm going to turn around so you can see how the 180 works. So imagine I just went this way. Excuse my back. Alright, so from here, foot goes across. Now watch, as I turn, that wind occurs. For those of you more advanced, look at the hip. It's squared up. And as I block, it pulls back. Punch. Now again, I look, move this foot. Can you see as I move the foot and turn, the wind up is happening. Then I block, then I punch. Back foot goes across, watch the wind up as I turn. Us. That's escalation. So rather than 1, 2, 3, separate 4, we want to get that wind up as we turn. Alright, let's see if you can do that following along with me. Oi! She is young! Place the foot, wind up, turn and block. A punch. Knee. Back foot across. Remember to wind as you turn. It's knee. Good. Look first. As you move your foot, wind the left hand. It's knee. Side. Back foot across. Remember, as you turn to wind this punching hand, ready for the block. It's punch with kihon. Yeah! Step up. Turn around. Now, because this is a virtual training session and I'm running out of time, it's difficult. This is what I miss about you guys being in the dojo. I'm not going to let it get me down. But if you were here, I would get you to do that now, maybe 5 times, and I would get to see how you're going with that. And I would maybe make some corrections, do some physical adjustment with you. I don't have that opportunity at the moment. So in the near future, I'm going to organise some catch-ups with you guys online where you can share your cameras if you have them. And I can watch you doing some of these things, a bit like a grading. Just sort of a 10-minute, 15-minute catch-up is something that I really want to do with all my students over the next few weeks. So please stay tuned on the email and on YouTube for information about that. But in the meantime, I want you to practice that. Okay, now, I'll give you a little example of how this works when you escalate up to the beginnings of kata. So for example, pinan nidan or pinan sandan. So, actually, perhaps if I face this way, it might be better. Let's take our first, most simple kata, pinan nidan. So as I move my foot and prepare for cat stance, we've got this reverse or, ura tetsui. Okay, so how does that work? So we move the foot, the tetsui has a wind up. So as we turn, we complete the wind up. And then the technique completes the striking action. So remember, there's a wind up that occurs as you turn, and then a striking action. All right. Now, with movements that are already wound up, like this punch, there's nothing that needs to happen as you step. The wind up's already done. All right. Now here comes this move here. Let me turn around. All right. So classic pinan nidan. Here we are. Foot goes through, just like shizuki yon. The wind up happens as I turn. Then I block. Now watch, as I shift back, the wind up of the tetsui happens. Then the striking action, the wind-up of the punch is already complete, so we simply step and punch. Now I'm going this way. Typical standard simple move that we did in Shizuki. Watch. As I move my foot, of course I should have moved my head, but I'm trying to maintain some interaction with the camera here. So as I move my foot, you see that the wind-up happens. Alright, now from there, these are the actions. They have a wind-up. So as you step, so this is a very little samurai, very novice thing to do. Step, chunk. Wind-up, chunk. Move, arm, chunk. So what are we working on? We're working on stepping and winding up at the same time. There. Here we go again. Step and wind up, and so on. And that's your homework from this session. I would like you to attempt to, over the next week, master this concept. Now, I'm not joking. I don't use that term lightly. I want you to attempt to master this concept. This concept of stepping or placing your foot and turning, whichever one it is, and winding up an action. If it needs to be wound up, if it's not already wound up. It's not easy to do. It requires concentration, focus, and discipline. When you get this, and you've practiced this for a couple of years, the next escalation, which is a very exciting one, will be much easier. So that's my challenge for you. Alright, we're just going to finish with a little bit of kumite today. A little bit of, I guess, slightly cheesy kumite. Kumite with me. So I want you to just pulse a little bit carefully in the area that you're working in, just being mindful of however much space you have. And I'm just going to throw some punches, maybe a kick or two. And I want you to practice evading them as if you're sparring with me, or potentially deflecting them. Alright, just as a bit of fun to finish the session. Alright, here we go. Shake your legs out. Actually, mouth was getting a bit dry, so what does that mean? I'm feeling a bit thirsty. Okay, I'm already feeling a bit dehydrated. So remember to listen to your body. Really important. Okay. Alright, your way. Left leg forward. Yeah! Alright, so pulsing down. Remember novice golden rules? Hands up, stay down. Intermediate, there's a third golden rule, and that is don't stay in the same spot for more than 2 or 3 pulses. So pulse, pulse, get a little bit of movement. Pulse, pulse, move. Pulse, move. Pulse, move. You know, stop for a second and then move. Okay, so that's golden rule 3. Advanced students out there, remember your 4th golden rule, which we won't really be applying this morning. That is, don't attack from too far away, but don't stress too much about that because I'm doing the attacking. Here we go. So moving, hands up, stay down. You know, pulse, move, move. Change the distance a little bit. Oh! Got you, Josh. Got you, Chloe. Too slow. Alright, what's coming now? Stop. Oh! Hold the front hand. Another front hand. Wow. Oh! Hey! Whoa! Washi. Can you tell I've had my coffee this morning? Yeah, I have. Hey! Oh! Hey! Woo, sneaky right. Check if any of you made any comments. Alright. I don't see anything there, so. Alright. Guys, for those of you who've stuck around for the whole sesh, thank you very much. I really enjoy it. Sorry, I've really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. If you had to duck out or leave the sesh, don't stress. They go up in the video section, and because they're quite novice in concept, even though I provide tips for more advanced students, these sessions will be added to the novice playlist, so you can always find them there. Anyway, for now, this is Sensei Craig coming at you from the Samurai Virtual Dojo. It's been an absolute pleasure to train with you today. Let's bow out. Thank you, guys. Otsugami. Right? Awesome. Matane. See you next time.